Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about diversity in living organism. We have already discussed that diversity is in living organism is a huge concept where we have a different kind of plants, we have different kind of animals, we have many kind of microorganism and many we have to discover till now. So in this video we are going to discuss some of these factors in detail. First kingdom is Monera. Kingdom Monera include microscopic unicellular organism. Unicellular means they are made up of single cell. Prokaryotic nuclear membrane absent. In prokaryotic nuclear membrane is absent. Generally, they do not have chlorophyll, hence they are saprophytic or parasitic in nature. Saprophytic means they grow on dead and decaying matter, and parasitic means they generally feed on living organism. Now we have two kind of parasite. One is ectoparasite which live on the body, like lice, जुएं जो होते हैं वो ectoparasite हैं. Endoparasite which live in the body. Some of the worms, some of the bacteria like E. coli, these live inside our body in intestine. These are endoparasite. Generally they have asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction means where the one parent is required and they do not have male gamete or female gamete. The another one is kingdom Protista. In kingdom Protista, we have unicellular eukaryotic organism. Eukaryotic means in which the true nucleus is present. These are the organisms which were claimed by both botanist and zoologist. Botanist means the scientist who study about plants, and zoologists are the scientists who study about animals. So because they were having both of the properties, they were having the properties of plants and they were having the properties of animals. Like algae, it contains chlorophyll and they can do photosynthesis. Their cell wall is made up of cellulose. Body consists of parenchymatous tissue. Parenchymatous tissue means parenchyma is a living tissue. So generally body is made up of parenchyma. Like in this group Euglena, we have Euglena, we have Protozoa. Protozoa mein if we discuss about Paramecium, this we can in this slide we can see Paramecium. Paramecium is just like a sleeper and they do not contain chlorophyll. But in this group वो भी थे, algae भी थे, those who were having chlorophyll. So basically they were classified on the basis of the factor that they are unicellular and they are eukaryotic, means true nucleus is present. Now the next group is Pteridophyta group. Pteridophyta are cryptogams. Now what are cryptogams? Cryptogams are in which flowers are not present. And look in this beautiful picture. This is the picture of Pteridophyta group. They are the highly evolved among the cryptogams. The vascular tissues are present. This is the first group from where the vascular tissue was started. And vascular tissue are of two types, xylem and phloem. The entire body is divided into root, stem and leaves. Their leaves are made up of leaflets called fronds. You can look in the diagram. They have a small fronds or small wait, I will show you. They have the small leaf like structure, means they have a leaf like this. Small leaves are there and this kind of structure is called fronds. Generally occurs in shady areas or in dry areas. Hilly areas where you can found them easily. Spores are born on the under surface of the leaf, that is called fronds. You can see the that is called sorai also. See in this diagram you can notice these are the spores. This ये red आपको जो दिखाई दे रहे हैं ये spores हैं और इस तरीके की leaves को जिनके ऊपर spores present होते हैं ये these are spores. So these leaves bearing spores are known as sorai, and these kind of leaves are known as sorai. Okay. Now in Spermatophyta, similarly in we have Bryophyta also, which we have already discussed in the last video. Spermatophyta, they bear flowers and seeds. Seed is formed as a result of sexual reproduction, and they are of two types. One is gymnosperm and the another one is angiosperm. Now, if we look on the gymnosperm are the group in which either trees or shrubs are present. They have male flower which is known as microsporophyll. So generally in these plants, male flower is smaller in size, that is known as microsporophyll. Female flower is known as macrosporophyll and macrosporophyll. And if we are talking about the example, we have cycads which are found in warm and humid areas, and we have conifers which found in cool temperature. Now in this slide, look on the diagram of microsporophyll and the megasporophyll. The first one is microsporophyll, the second one is megasporophyll, and microsporophyll act as a male flower, so it will produce pollen grains, and megasporophyll is act as a female flower where the fertilization takes place. Now we have angiosperm. This is the largest plant kingdom. Seed enclosed within the fruit, plant body is highly developed and divided into root, stem and leaves, and they have a very proper structure of entire body. So angiosperm is further divided into monocot and dicot. Now look in the diagram. In monocot, one cotyledon is there. In dicot, two cotyledons are there. In monocot, veins जो होते हैं लीफ के अंदर, they are generally parallel, while in case of dicot it is reticulate. Look here that there is see, veins are generally parallel and veins are usually reticulate in case of dicot. In case of monocot, look in the diagram, vascular bundles usually complexly arranged. कोई proper arrangement नहीं है. While in case of monocot, you can notice they are arranged in a ring-like structure. Similarly, in case of monocot, fibrous root is there. In case of dicot, taproot is there. In case of monocot, petals, either petals are in the multiple of 3. Either 3 petals are there or 6 petals are there. Look in the diagram, there are 6 petals in a yellow flower. And in case of dicot, multiples of 5 are there. Look in the diagram, there are 5 petals. So this was a difference between angiosperm and gymnosperm. Now look in the another picture. This you can identify trimerous flower and pentamerous. 3 petals are there, and in another one we have 5 petals. Trimerous occurs in monocot and pentamerous occurs in dicot. If we go on the next one, if we are talking about the life cycle of angiosperm plant, see here the pollination occurs. Pollen grains transfer on stigma, and pollen grains produced inside the anther. Insect will keep these pollen grains on stigma, and from stigma they will reach to ovary. So what is pollination? The transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. It's a beautiful video. Now in this you can notice the fertilization. Pollen tube develop and carry pollen grains to ovary, and here the fertilization takes place. After fertilization, zygote formation will be there. Then ovary, this fertilized ovary will convert into seed, and fertilized ovary will convert into fruit, and the seed will convert into ovule. Now after that, germination is there. Just look on these pictures how beautiful we can have the process of germination. First, seed is soaked in soil or in favorable condition. Testa will burst. Now radicle will arise, then plumule will arise, and leaves will develop. So this is the entire process of angiospermic life cycle. We have seen pollination, we have seen fertilization, and then we have seen germination. Now look here, these are the different kind of the stem occurs in monocot plants. This is the hollow stem in bamboo. This one, wait, I will mark you for this. Okay, this one is in bamboo. It's a hollow stem. This one is onion, and in onion we have disc shaped. stem is there. Generally, if we compare, in monocot, stem is smaller in size or it is comparatively weak. Look, this is a plant. The pseudostem is the part of the banana plant that looks like a trunk. जो एक सेकेंड, it looks like a trunk. The true stem is underground and it produces pseudostem above it. It is formed by the tightly overlapping of the leaf sheaths. If you notice, the leaves are like एक के ऊपर एक ऐसे overlap होते हैं. So they looks like stem, but it is not stem basically. So once pseudostem bears bananas, it is cut down from the base because it will never bear fruits again, and it become a waste. After some time, a new pseudostem grow from the true stem, and then cycle continue in the plants. Okay. Now look here. These are the different types of leaf in monocot. Sessile leaf means without petiole. Just notice that the leaf is directly attached to the stem. It is not having any petiole. Another one, radical leaf. It arises directly from the ground. नीचे से ही निकल रही हैं वो. And the third one is isobilateral leaf, means both surface equally exposed to sunlight. The both side is getting equal amount of sunlight. That is called iso. Iso means same. Bi means दोनों. Lateral means sides. Lateral, आप maths में पढ़ते हैं ना, wall, lateral area. तो lateral surface area is a wall area. So in this, lateral surface area is the both side of the leaf. Now these are the leaves in dicot plant. Dorsiventral leaf, upper surface is exposed to sunlight. ये इस तरीके से अरेंज है कि सिर्फ ऊपर वाला सरफेस जो है वो सनलाइट से एक्सपोज होगा, एंड देन दे कैन डू फोटोसिंथेसिस. डॉर्सीवेंट्रल, दिस साइड इज कॉल्ड दिस वन. इस तरीके से ये वेंट्रल साइड होता है, ये डॉर्सल साइड होता है. द अनदर वन इज पेटियोलेटेड लीफ, मीन्स लीफ इज हैविंग पेटियोल. मतलब लीफ के साथ में इस तरीके से एक स्टिक होता है जिसको हम पेटियोलेटेड लीफ कहते हैं. सपोज दिस इज दिस एंड दिस वन. ओके, सो दिस इज पेटियोल and this kind of leaf is known as petiolated leaves. So by this we have discussed almost all kind of different parts of plants, and diversity के बारे में हमने discuss किया है. We have discussed different points which we are supposed to discuss in this diagram or in this slide, because there are few new terms that you need to understand. Now what you have to do, you have to do your book exercise, and still if you people have doubt you can ask. Till then, take care, goodbye.